Hello everyone and welcome back to Dragalia Foundry. Today is going to be my review of the new summon showcase, Gala Dragalia, as well as my summoning video because there's not a whole lot to say here. There's actually only one featured unit, and I already talked about her yesterday during the preview. So despite what you see on this image of all these 5 stars, the only raid up on this showcase is actually Cerise. So here we go, you can see that Cerise has her summon rate up to 0.5%, and nothing else has a summon rate up, except for the fact that because this is a Gala showcase, all other types of 5 stars have this 5.5% appearance rate total. So this is pretty cool. It means that you're going to get more 5 stars than normal on this showcase. The bad thing about this is there are no featured 4 stars, which generally if you're targeting, those are realistic to target. So a Dees or Sazanka from the last showcase, that's kind of reasonable to set as a goal and be able to summon for. On this showcase, there's nothing like that. There's no 4 stars that have a rate up. So I think this is best for newer players who just want to fill out their roster of 5 stars and don't care who they get. Or if you are a more enfranchised player and you just really want some Elgewater because you are going to be getting Wyrmites, you are going to be getting Dragons and Adventurers 5 stars at that heightened rate, and those can give you 3,000 Elgewater. So there are 2 other pieces of info I should point out here. On the details page, unlike a normal summon showcase, where if you summon 100 times without a 5 star, your next summon is guaranteed to contain a 5 star, on this one that's actually 60 summons. So if you can summon 60 times and don't get a 5 star, your next summon will definitely be a 5 star or contain a 5 star if it's a tenfold. Now the way the math works out on that, it's kind of similar to the way it is normally, honestly. Because the rates are higher on this showcase for a 5 star, you're still basically in the 1%, you're 1 in 100 people. If you get to this automatic pity breaker, it's pretty unlikely you'll get to that point, because the rates on this are good for a 5 star. It's just that you can't really target. Cerise is still just as rare as someone like Ieyasu or Cleo, but you will get some Wyrmprint or something that will break your pity rate, most likely before you reach that 60 summons. The second thing on this details page is we actually get confirmation about how often Gala Dragalia will take place. So it says here it's scheduled to happen every 2 months, and these characters who are exclusive to galas may reappear, but with different appearance rates. So that means that Cerise will come back in 2 months if you're not able to get her now, but this might be the best chance to get her because likely the new character introduced on the next gala will have a rate up and she may or may not. So the only thing I'll add from my analysis about Cerise compared to what I did yesterday or in addition to that is I think that her design, while there is some power creep here with her ability to resist both stun and sleep, I see this as kind of a catch-up thing because if you've been playing since the beginning of the game, you've gotten all the Champions Testaments, you've summoned a lot and gotten a lot of resources, it's likely you already built up a stun and sleep res character or have a pretty good flame team. And if you're new to the game and just want some 5 stars, want to jump in, the cool thing about Cerise is she's going to let you catch up by sort of playing both roles. I'll also add that if you're looking at her for the end game, for High Midgard Stormer specifically, just keep in mind, even though she has the highest HP in the game, she is a ranged unit, so she takes more damage, and that means that you're going to need a pretty strong dragon like Agni or Cerberus if you want to bring her into that content, and if not, you're going to need a pretty strong Vanessa with her defense co-ability. So that's the last thing I'll say about Cerise. I am going to summon on the showcase because I really like Cerise as a character. I'm hoping to get her. If you are trying to snipe her though, it is still pretty hard. It's just as hard as Ieyasu or Cleo, like I said. So you're looking at around 12 tenfolds just for a coin flip chance of getting Cerise. Now I may get lucky like I've been getting lucky. We may not get lucky, but I'd be pretty happy if we were able to just pick up some new 5 stars here. And I kind of just want to participate in this since it's a new type of showcase. So to start us off, I'm going to go with my singles, and every one of these singles is going to make this number tick down, and if we're able to get it to tick down to 0, or it'll reset up to 10, then we're going to get that pity rate increase. So you always want to use these singles in multiples of 10. So here we go. Of course, if we get a 5-star along the way, that is going to reset those multiples, and the rates are pretty good. Every one of these is going to be a 6% chance at a 5-star. Of course, we're starting off with a 3. 6% I say is good, but, you know, it's still obviously uncommon. This is actually kind of a 3-star that I want, though, Forbidden Relic, just to be able to test this gauge inhibitor mechanic, which I am still trying to make work for the life of me, but it just seems like a pretty bad ability, unfortunately. Now our second summon, another 3-star. The 3-star that's highest on my wish list is definitely Vice, because I don't have Vice. The dragons, I have all the 3-star dragons, and really the Wyrmite, the only one that I'll probably keep besides that Forbidden Relic we just saw, would be a Dragon's Nest, because I am slowly unbinding one for use in raids. Maybe we'll be able to pick up a 4-star at some point in these singles, but really, this is kind of like a free roll. So far, it's been not too great, but we did get that Forbidden Relic. But I say it's a free roll because I got 10 single summon vouchers just by playing the raid, the New Year's raid, so that was really awesome, really lucky to be able to get those. Okay, Tea Time. Tea Time actually has the same exact ability as another Wyrmite. It has the skill prep of 10%. And they've done this a number of times with these 3-star Wyrmites that have identical abilities and identical stats, which I think is kind of unfortunate because it just makes it harder to unbind them if that's really something you want to do. But for me, these are mostly going to be Eldwater, like I said. Now, I think that it's interesting that the Gala Dragalia will happen every 2 months. Hopefully that means it's a good jumping on point for players to the game. Also, with Gala Dragalia, I guess it's not going to coincide with events. It's going to be a shorter duration showcase in between events. And I'm surprised to see that the next event has that circus theme, and it's actually going to feature light adventurers against shadow enemies. So that means we're already getting another light facility, which is kind of unexpected. I thought that we would probably get a flame or shadow facility first to round out what we already have. But we don't know what the abilities on that light facility will be. It might be identical to Sweet Retreat, where it provides HP and strength to light adventurers, but maybe it provides something to light dragons or light weapons or something. So we really don't know what that's going to do. But nice, we got a Dragon's Nest. We got 2 of the 3-stars I wanted out of this, so that's not too bad. Let's see if we can get Vice. Oh, there's some doves. So we're going to get a 4-star. Nice, a 4-star Wyrmite, okay. Promises in the Rain. I summoned this in my last video when I was summoning for Ieyasu. I still love the artwork on this. Xainfried, I think, is such a cool character mechanically as well. He does something with dragon time and with his dragon's claws that I think no other character really does. I mean, Yuden has dragon's claws also, but he just has a very interesting kit, and that's one of the reasons I really want to build him. But I don't have him, of course. And it turns out that he's really good for High Brunhilde. He's almost necessary the way that High Brunhilde works. So I hope I didn't accidentally summon one too many here, but we're going to go out and check after this. I think that we're getting close to 10. And we're going to get another Wyrmite, 4-star. King's Countenance, okay. Got one of these last showcase too. This is nice because it has Shapeshift prep. So let's look at our appearance rates. They've increased. I accidentally summoned one too many, but that is okay because I have enough to keep going. So we're going to go 9 more times And we might actually reset our pity rate by doing this because we've got such a high rate. It's actually likely that we will get a 5-star before I do 9 summons, or within those 9 summons. What's it gonna be? Okay, 3-star. 3-star Wyrmite. Syndicate Mask. So I saw a lot of comments were a little bit disappointed that this is another limited showcase. Just keep in mind, Gala Dragalia is going to be back, probably going to be a recurring thing, and it's a different type of limitation. It's not seasonal, it's not tied to a holiday, it's something totally different. So I hope that that kind of alleviates your concerns, and there is only one new character on this, Cerise, and everything else is kind of just a gamble as to what you're going to get. Now, you may not like that gamble aspect, that might make it a negative in your eyes too. I know that some people are planning on skipping this showcase. Cinder Drake. But I guess the thinking of Cygames is, and I'm not familiar with their other properties, but they'll start to develop this pool of these Gala characters in this separate summoning pool that has slightly higher power level, but it is hard to summon from because they're 5-stars and it's only around every so often. And it seems like they're going to use story characters and make alts of them. So maybe next time we'll get Ronzel or Cleo or someone. Maybe even Luca will show up. Whoa. Night Harbinger. It looks like the animation played twice there or something. Alright. Now, singles are a little bit slower paced to do. It doesn't have the excitement of the Tenfold, you know? But we gotta get through these. Poor Joe. Poor Joe with the power creep Cerise. I do feel bad for Joe mains. Okay, so we want to do 3 more. Just want to keep that in mind. And then we should get our appearance rate up, but there is a good chance one of these will be a 5-star, as things are. Although I guess at this point, you know, we are just looking at what the appearance rates are stated, so because what's in the past shouldn't influence this point of our summoning. There, we're gonna get a 4-star. Oh no, it transformed, but I skipped it. We got Levin's Champion. Super cool. Actually, this is my first Levin's Champion. This is super powerful as a Wyrmite. Super cool artwork, and incidentally, it is actually one of the pieces of artwork featured on the showcase display, even though this particular one doesn't have a rate up or anything. This is going to be super nice with my Mikoto, with my Ieyasu, with my Cleo. And I might actually start unbinding this slowly. My priority is still a Wish Upon the Yule Tree because I think that does something very unique. But this is a really good Wyrmite. I think it's just generally self-synergistic and generally applicable enough. It is going to have higher stats than Plunder Pals once you max unbind it, but of course, being from the gacha, it does take longer to get to that point. So now that we've gotten a 5-star, and we only have 5 single summon tickets left, we need to stop here. As you'll see, our appearance rates have reset, and because we don't have 10 single tickets, we're not going to continue to use our single tickets and waste those, because doing that wouldn't be able to get up our pity rate. So we're going to start with our Tenfolds. My goal is Cerise. I am willing to go down to 15,000 Wyrmite. That is probably the lowest I'm willing to go down to, so we're going to see if we get Cerise within that. It is pretty greedy of me because it's a specific 5-star. I could lose everything if I really wanted to go for her and still not get her. We're going to get a lot of 4-stars here. Some Wyrmites. A wand, so that might be Sonoa. And another Wyrmite. Who else has a wand? A Mane. I don't have a Mane. Crown of Yore. Another Dragon's Nest. I think this brings me to max unbound, actually, so that's kind of nice. Another Promises in the Rain, so I can upgrade the artwork on my first one. Halo. Owie. Haven't used Owie in a while. It is a Mane. Okay. Very random. There's no 4-star focus, but awesome that we got a new adventurer today. Really happy to see that. Another Owie. Ricard. Wonder what our last 4-star is going to be, that Wyrmite. There it is. Sisters of the Anvil. So now I think I'm up to 3 unbindings on my original copy. I haven't actually pulled the trigger on unbinding those yet. But Amane I think is still a good unit, even though Lucretia is out now, and Lucretia kind of power prepped Amane. Amane has this skill which can increase her own strength and max HP. And then she has Imperial 11, which comes out quickly and deals light damage in kind of a small radius. But her skill prep is nice, and that Broken Punisher, she is a good damage dealer. So I'm looking forward to building up Amane. Let's keep going though, let's see what we get. Hopefully we can get a 5-star here. And gonna be just some 4-stars. Another wand, so I think that's pretty much a duplicate and a Wyrmite. I'm trying to think if I'm missing any wand characters, but I think I have Sanoa, I have Amane. Who else is at 4-star? Oh, it could be Kleiman. I don't have Kleiman. Hey, and we got Vice! Speaking of units who inflict sleep, we got Vice. I now have all the 3-star adventurers. It feels like a relief in some ways, but it also means that the 3 stars are going to be a lot less exciting to summon for me from now on. Because I maxed unbound my Dragon's Nest, I got the 3-star adventurers, so I'll probably skip through most of these. And it's a Sanoa duplicate. And there we get Rex. And our Wyrmite. Wow! Secret raid up? So we're 1 away from max unbinding that now. Vice is a really cool character. I think he has a very straightforward kit, which is kind of nice to have on a 3-star. 2 attacking skills. So, you know, you put Plunder Palace, you put your skill damage Wyrmite on this guy. It's going to be pretty strong. And Broken Punisher as his primary ability. The enemy isn't broken for much of the match, but it's still not a bad ability. At least it does something. It's not like a full HP ability that has a really narrow use. And that blindness res is nice for light Imperial Onslaught. So moving on, now we're going to dip into our Wyrmite. Hopefully we get something good here. If there were Cerise, I would just stop at this point. Alright, we're going to get a 4-star. What is it going to be? We get 2. That could be Verica. Or Lowen. And we're going to get a dragon. Lakeside Euphony. So, Verica would be pretty nice. I do have a Phoenix that's been unbound once. And I have a lot of small flame insignias right now. So, I could build her a 4-star elemental weapon. Hopefully it's not Thaniel. I think Thaniel would be the only one that would be a duplicate. It is Verica! Wow. I am getting pretty lucky with these 4-stars, despite there not being anything on focus. Verica is an amazing healer, just in general. So like for something like Flame IO where they're stun, any kind of wind content where they're stun, she is a really good healer. She has 2 healing skills and they heal for a lot, and one of them provides regen. And my second copy of Rock. So that is really awesome as well. Gonna be able to unbind that, although now I do have High Midgard Stormer as a dragon, so I do tend to use that. Let's look at Verica though on her details. Blessings of Destiny. This will cure stun, if I understand correctly, once it's upgraded. And this heals the team member most in need. And that is the same type of skill that's on the 4-star elemental Flame Staff. full HP equals healing plus 13%. I'm not crazy about full HP abilities, but as a ranged character, she can kind of maintain that full HP. And then she has her recovery potency if you upgrade her to a 5-star. Verica is a really powerful healer, so this actually gives me another option for High Midgard Stormer, and probably one of the easier ones to use being a ranged character, but my Phoenix does only have 1 unbinding, so I'm not going to be able to get super big heals with her. But we're going to go into our second bit of Wyrmite. There should be a 5-star. Okay, there's our 5-star. Because it had been like 3 without a 5-star. And we're going to get 1. It's a sword, so it's going to be a duplicate of either Xander or Naveed. That is some precious, precious Eldwater. And that is the thing I think you need to be prepared for. So this is my 3rd Xander. I think that is the thing you need to be prepared for, and then we get Verica again. This is a good showcase if you're trying to get Eldwater. If you're trying to get something specific and aren't happy with that Eldwater or aren't happy with getting like a 5-star Wyrmprint, you do want to be somewhat cautious about it. So let's go ahead and go through these. I know I saw some other 4-stars in here. Climbin', okay. So the wand actually worked out here. We're getting a lot of new adventurers today. And another Climbin' right after that. So at least we got something new on this showcase. Or on this circle, rather. Climbin'. Shadow Shackle, deal shadow damage to enemies in a line. And then Forbidden Spear, I think once this is upgraded, it'll have a chance of inflicting sleep. So I could try these out with Sazanka now, Vice, and Climbin', and get a sense for whether her Sleeping Punisher would be useful, but I think she only gets that once upgraded, actually. Climbin' seems actually pretty good when you upgrade him, getting that skill damage of 20%, 2 attacking skills, skill damage co-ability. I'm looking forward to trying him out, and I think this is only my 2nd character who can get 100% blindness res. So he is definitely going into my light Imperial Onslaught auto battle team. Let's keep going. I really want Cerise. This is like the first time I've really wanted a specific 5-star. So I think that desire sensor is kicking in. Nice, we're gonna get a 5-star right away. And it's gonna be harder to actually get her. But there's a bow. Don't be Luis. Don't be Luis. Luis is the only 5-star bow I have. Anyone else, it's gonna be okay. But mentally, you know, prepare. It could be Eldwater. Could be Eldwater. But it's gonna be Hawk! Awesome! I don't have Hawk. Hawk is great with his 100% freeze res. And I know a lot of people are down on Hawk, but I actually like Hawk. I think Hawk looks super cool, his design is super cool. And there's been a lot of discussion about whether he and Nefaria have bad base kits. I don't know what to think of that, you know? I don't have Hawk, I don't have Nefaria. I can't test it out, but now I actually can. Another Dragon's Nest. An Orion duplicate. So 1,000 Eldwater from Orion there, but let's look at Hawk. So now when I see that bow, I'm gonna get really scared because I have Luis and Hawk. Now I can make a mono wind archer team. Let's look at his 3D model. Yeah, I just think Hawk has a really cool aesthetic design. I like that tattoo he has. I like his haircut, it looks sharp. The cape, I mean, everything about this character, when the game was previewed and there was a direct, Hawk and Ezlith, and it's probably because they were shown off so much, were the characters who I liked the most on their appearance. But the reason that people find Hawk challenging is this Hunter's Creed, pretty slow to charge, and then it requires you to land bow 4 strikes, which are kind of hard to land, or at least they were until the bow was buffed. And it also inflicts stun, and a lot of Hawk's kit, with a stunned Punisher and full HP equals stun plus 50%, depends on enemies being able to be stunned. Unfortunately, not all enemies are able to be stunned, some of them resist it, some of them only have a chance of getting stunned, So that is one of the things that kind of holds Hawk back. And his freeze res makes him good for something like Water Imperial Onslaught. The challenge he faces is, I think archers are not the best at crowd control, and there's a lot of enemies on that map. So if you can keep him on the boss, you should be able to rain down Force Strikes pretty easily, because the boss on that map does a spin attack, stands in place for another one of his attacks. But I am looking forward to finally getting to test out this type of kit for myself, and be able to make a more informed opinion about whether it's true that Hawk is kind of difficult to use and maybe not the most desirable 5-star, or if you can actually make him work. So really happy I got Hawk there. Of course, you all know I wanted Cerise, but I think you gotta take what the game gives you sometimes, and we actually got our first Bella Thorna too, which is kind of funny. Rough time plus 10%. It is a rare ability to see on Wyrmite, but at 10%, it's not going to make a huge difference. For a 10-second buff, you're talking about 1 extra second, so probably going to sell that for Eldswater. We're getting close to our stopping point of 15k Wyrmite. The reason I want to keep at least that much is that that's kind of an insurance policy. That would let me do 100 summons on a normal showcase, and it would mean that I could guarantee that I break my pity on a normal showcase. So there we go, we get Strabog. That is my second unbinding on Strabog. Dueling Dancers, that's only my second copy and first unbinding of Dueling Dancers. Homura. So with the 4-star Wyrmite, I'm honestly not sure what to do right now until they address how Wyrmite will be going forward. So I'm holding on to all of my 4-star Wyrmite because I don't know if they're going to get a buff, or if we get multiple Wyrmite slots, then maybe they're more useful. So that is one thing. Flurry Devastation, I think, is on that Dueling Dancers and Light Res, if I'm not mistaken. Hey, so we got Max Unbind on this. Let's take a look at that, because I don't get this Wyrmite too often. Yeah, Flurry Devastation and Light Res. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's a unique combination of abilities, and it's got kind of a balanced stat distribution. Obviously, we have Luther and Orsum here. This was out before Orsum was even in the game, so there's still some Wyrmites like that preview characters. But not really a great Wyrmite right now until the system sees some kind of changes where maybe you could fodder these abilities onto another Wyrmite or something, or maybe you could just equip 2 Wyrmites. We're going to do another one. We're getting down to our stopping point. Seems like we may not get Cerise this time, but maybe next time, when she's back, we'll be able to get her. I say that as we get a 5-star. Probably a Wyrmite. Yep. Makes sense. Wyrmites are the highest chance to appear among the 5-stars. But we actually get our first Vanessa, so now I just have the whole High Midgard Stormer team here, except for Cerise, of course. Pretty cool to get our first Vanessa, honestly. And my second Give Me Your Wounded. That is a solid healing Wyrmite. It does have that full HP equals defense, which generally isn't great. Another Bellathorna. So Vanessa is a really powerful character. Despite having a defense co-ability, she is an attack type. And so she does have a very high attack or strength stat, rather. And our second armor is Aspirations. This one also has full HP equals defense. So let's take a look at Vanessa here. Yep, 2 attacking skills, Scarlet Geyser and Crimson Impact. One of these can debuff enemy defense. I believe it's Crimson Impact once you upgrade it. She has this extra 4-strike damage. Last offense. So what's nice is, against High Midgard Stormer, this pretty much is guaranteed to happen in the beginning of the fight, because his initial attack does so much damage and it's unavoidable. And her 4-strike extra damage is pretty nice too. She's a very complete character. She's strong on her own. You know, she can get up past 2600 strength if you have the right dragons. pretty happy to get her. And a really cool 3D model too. I'm excited as well because all of these characters, if I don't have them, I haven't really read into their stories, and it means future opportunities for showcases. So this could be the last one here. This would put us right above 1500 Wyrmite. But if we don't get a 5-star, since we're guaranteed to get one within 6 tenfolds, I would keep going to break the pity rate. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna go for it, and if we have to break the pity rates by doing another one, we're gonna go for it. Next showcase being circus themed and light adventurers. That's not something that I really have a need of. It could be a multi-element showcase, of course, so we don't really know that yet. We just know that the enemies in the event are going to be Shadow. We're going to get Pietro. Looks like we're not going to get any 5-stars on this circle, so we're going to keep summoning and see if we're able to get them next circle. Oh, nice, but we do get one with the shadows. I think that's my final copy to fully unbind that. The duplicate, Luther. Paladin's Picnic. So, Vio Rise Alberia. This is another one that has the exact same Slayer strength ability as Unfulfilled Visions, another 3-star Wyrmprint, where I just have to wonder why are they diluting the pool and making it harder to max unbind either one of them. Phoenix. This is a really good dragon for me. This is my second unbinding on Phoenix. That Verica's starting to look a little bit more viable. Excess sent to Goodie Box. Wow, that's the first time that's happened to me. It's a sign that we probably should stop summoning soon. So we have now gotten past 100,000 Eldwater, which is good. We've gotten a lot of Eldwater, which that is what I said will likely happen on a showcase like this. But hopefully we get a 5-star here. No dice. Let's see. We got an axe and a lance and a blade. That could be Musashi. Syndicate Mask. Trying to think of who everyone could be. There's Sophie. Yeah, who could these be? The lance could be Pia. It could be Eileen. So is Eileen. And there's Aoi and Vanessa. So I wonder how many of the 4-stars I have left to summon now. I don't really keep up with that. But we did get Musashi. This is so weird. I was just saying, you know, this showcase, great if you want to get random 5-stars, can't target specific 4-stars, but the way it's worked out, we've just gotten a lot of random 4-stars as well, so I'll take it. I mean, I wanted to get these at some point, so hopefully this will be the last summon. It will be the last summon I do. Please, be something good. We're gonna at least get 2. Are they gonna both be Wyrmprints? One of them is a dagger, and one of them is a Wyrmprint. So that is going to be a duplicate Azalith. There we go. We got Vixel. My first Ifrit. My Pele days might soon be over if I can keep getting that guy. Yep. There is our duplicate Azalith. And we're going to get another Vanessa. A lot of characters have come home from the normal summoning pool this time. And what are we going to get here? Gale of Beauty. This is also a nice Wyrmprint, much like the first Wyrmprint we got today, Levin's Champion. And we got our final unbinding on Silk. Alright, so at least we didn't just get Azalith this circle. We also got a 5-star Wyrmprint. This is a good Wyrmprint. I think this is good for your leader in raids because of the extra dragon time, if you're going with the Shapeshift prep strategy. And Ifrit. If I'm able to get 3 more copies, this will become a better option for me than Pele. Right now, Pele is still the best option I have. So we're going to back out. We did a lot of summoning today. We're down to 12k Wyrmite. It's the lowest this account has been in any summoning video I've done, because when I started, I had enough to guarantee myself a 5-star on Ezolith's Showcase at the beginning of the game. So I think, other than after that summoning, this is the lowest that the account has been. So this has definitely forced me to make some hard choices, like I want to keep going for Cerise, but 12,000, not really a lot. So we're going to go ahead and look at what I got today. Let's go into the collection here. Hopefully you guys have good luck on your summons on this if you decide to. Or if you decide to skip because you want to wait, go for normal new characters. I see the merit in that as well. But let's sort by obtained. So for Wyrmite, let's see. Some of them are going to be in our gift box. We got several Promises in the Rain. We got 3 of those. We got Sisters of the Anvil, King's Countenance. There's Promises in the Rain. Bella Thornas, another Sisters of the Anvil, Give Me Your Wounded, Armor's Aspirations, and One with the Shadows, as well as Gala Beauty, and that's pretty much it from there. And then for dragons, still not a lot of luck with dragons. Before today, I had only gotten 4 5-star gacha dragons, and that is unchanged. I got Strabog today, Rock, Phoenix, and Efreet and Silk. And I had gotten 11 5-star adventurers when you counted duplicates. Today I got Hawk, which is awesome. Definitely the highlight for me today. And I got a duplicate Ezolith and a duplicate Xander. So I think that adventurers are still the thing I've gotten most often, because before this I had gotten, I think, 10 5-star Wyrmites total. So it's basically close between adventurers and Wyrmites now. Let's go ahead and go back to the showcase. So it is unfortunate I didn't get Cerise, but realistically, with the amount of Wyrmite I had, there wasn't a high chance of summoning Cerise. I am happy that we got Hawk, and we got a variety of 5-stars, and we now have a lot of Eldwater, which I'm going to be able to use to completely unlock the co-abilities on my Mikoto. That is going to definitely be my investment now for High Midgard Stormer. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. Good luck with your own summoning on Gala Dragalia. I hope my advice at the beginning of the video was helpful to you. Otherwise, have a great weekend, take care, and I'll see you next time.